So the last couple of months, I've been making a pretty good amount of money in a business that is actually not dropshipping. And in a second, I'm going to show you all the proofs. As you can see on this screenshot, I'm going to refresh it later. But as you can see on this screenshot, I made over $6,000 in profits just yesterday. So in a second, we're going to get into my computer. I'm going to refresh. I'm going to show you all of this. But before I do that, I just wanted to let you know that this video is for the serious people, because what we're about to talk about isn't necessarily that easy. However, I do think that you can definitely make this work. But if you're getting into the business that I'm about to talk about in this video, which is kind of e-commerce related, most likely, at least depending on what you do with it, you're going to make it work. There's no doubt. You are smart enough, you are good enough, but you have to put in the work. This is not a business for the lazy people, but I'm sure you're curious to see what I'm actually about to talk about. If you've been paying attention to my Instagram lately, you've seen that I've been posting some pretty crazy results from my marketing agency. Yes, you heard that right. I'm currently running a marketing agency for e-commerce stores and brand owners. And in case you're wondering, I'm still dropshipping and running brands myself, but I'm also operating a marketing agency that's just been taking off the last couple of months. So to be straight up honest, I'm just incredibly thankful. And this agency has really just been life-changing. Even though I've always been doing very good with e-commerce and dropshipping, this is definitely my field and I'm just super happy. But in this video, I'm going to teach you how you can do the exact same thing. And I have another YouTube channel breaking down everything. And before this video starts, I just want to say that I really have nothing to sell you. I really just hope I can inspire you and like show what I'm actually all about. But let's go inside of my computer and I'm going to just quickly refresh and show you the results. And after that, we're getting into the strategy. And I'm telling you, this is going to be easier than dropshipping for most of you watching. That does not mean dropshipping is bad. I still do it and I still operate 7-figure stores while running my agency. But this video is just more so directed towards another business model. But let's jump straight into my computer and I'll show you how I actually do this. So excuse the negative balance. I don't know what it's like, 11, but it's in my currency. So don't get me wrong. I did not make 60,000 profit in a day. I just didn't, but I made $6,000 profit a day, but that is the same as 60,000 in my currency. Actually, big shout out to my editor. I'll have him put up the currency translation on screen. 60,000 NOK to US dollars. That's a little bit over $6,000 in a day. So definitely super happy with that. But I'm going to go ahead and refresh it just so you can see that it is legit. But I'm going to go ahead and put it to month to date. You can see that it's done over 25,000 just in May. And we're only like 20 days into May. And I have 2 Stripe accounts. My other one is also sitting at 170K. So this is going to be like pretty good of a month, I'd say. So my agency should do around 85 to 90,000 in profit this month because most of my clients are recurring. I get them every single month. They're working with me on a long-term basis. And most of them are paying from the 22nd to the 30th. So we should see an increase in payments over the next week. But I will say I'm pretty happy with yesterday's results. And in a second, I'm going to teach you how I actually find a client so that you can do the exact thing yourself as well. And as I said on my Instagram, I literally post all of this. So like if you don't believe it or you want to see the future, just follow me there because I post my agency like pretty much every single day. And as you see on this screenshot, it can get pretty wild. And you know me, you've been watching my channel for some time. You know that I'm not here to flex on you or show off. I generally just want to show you what's impossible. Because when I started out 5 years ago, I didn't believe most of the things I saw and I just thought that none of this was even possible for me. But I'm here to tell you that you can do the exact same thing. There's nothing different between me and you. I don't know if you have a successful business, I would assume maybe not, but there's literally no difference. The only thing I did is, I was kind of disciplined. I didn't really put in that much work either. It's not like I'm the super hardest worker. I sometimes slack too, but just saying like there's literally no difference. So just go after it and follow the strategy. But I'm sure you're curious to know how I actually do this. So let me just break it down. As I said, I have another channel. I'm gonna link that in the description where I actually teach this business model in depth, but do not click off because you want to see how I actually do it. And then you can jump to that channel later to see it more in depth. If you like this video, by the way, you gotta make sure you click a like on it and subscribe. But let's get into my PC and I'll show you how I actually do it. So my agency only works with e-commerce stores. When I first started out, I tried everything. I tried working with chiropractors, info products, real estate, and also e-commerce. But I quickly realized that, since I've been building big brands in e-commerce over the last 6 years and I'm operating dropshipping stores literally every single month with high volume, I realized that why would I do any other niche than e-com when e-com is where I specialize? So the shifting point for me was when I actually got into e-com. And I realized that I'm not really that good of a business operator. I'm more so an entrepreneur. I like to get up with speed, get things rolling and build. But once it gets to a certain point, I like to outsource a couple of tasks. So I currently have a team of 2 people that's automating the whole outreach aspect for me. They're sending hundreds of DMs every single day. And they're also finding me 500 to 600 emails every single day so that at the end of the day, we can send out bulk emails to 500-600 people. And we also DM'd like 200 people on Facebook and Instagram. And we're also getting some clients to my own personal brand brand too. So it's just a bunch of great ways to get clients. But now if you're starting out, let me show you how to actually do this. So the first thing you got to do is you got to pick a niche. And I have made a video on this on my second channel. So I'm just going to keep it really simple on this one, and you go over there for more in depth. It is linked in the description. So what you should do, and this is what I have a team to do now, but when I first started out, I did some parts of this myself as well. And you can clearly do it yourself. Just follow the strategies. But the first thing I would do is I would go over to Facebook and find ads. And as you see here, I just found an ad for the massage gun. And you're going to do the exact same if you scroll the Facebook newsfeed. Another great way to do is, let's go to Dropshipping. You can also come over to a site like this, Dropshipping, because if you're going to do e-com SMMA, you're going to run a marketing agency for e-com. There's no better way to find e-commerce stores than using a spy tool that's not made for an agency, but actually made for e-commerce. So people are usually spying on their competitor because they want to make more money and steal a product from a competitor. But for us, competition is awesome. We love saturation because that gives us more stores to reach out to. So what you can do is you can come over to something like Dropshipping. It's not sponsored or anything. I don't even recommend the software, but it's good for SMMA. You can come over here, find tons of stores, and then you can DM every single one of the stores and let them know your offer. Obviously, they don't want to sell in the beginning, but I have more videos on that. I'm just making this super simple, just introducing a new business model to you. So what I can do is I can come over to the Facebook feed. Let's just pretend that this photo actually has some likes, because if I keep scrolling, I'm going to find posts with likes, but pretend that it has like 3,000 likes or something, and it's like actually popping a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the page. So let's go ahead and open that. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send him a message. And that message will look something like this. Hi, who is in charge of your marketing? I'm not really trying to sell them on anything. I'm just trying to figure out like if they have a marketing team in place. And then once they say, for example, the ideal answer of like, I'm doing the marketing myself, I'm going to hit them with another message telling them how much money they're leaving on the table. I'm not making this to sound salesy, so do not get me wrong, okay? You have to watch my other videos on this, which I said is linked in the description. But I do this to find potential clients, and it really works. So at the end of the day, if you send out like 100 messages, you should get people that's interested in your offer. And what you do then is you set up a 10 to 15 minute call to actually get them in, and on that call you explain what your marketing agency is all about, what you've done with your clients in the past, and if you don't have any results, that's fine too. I cover that in my other videos, but you want to make sure that you just get them on a 10 minutes free, completely free strategy call and break everything down, and on that call you close them for 2K or hopefully more than that as well every single month. And this is not as hard as you think. When I started out, I thought it was going to be like impossible to get a client over 2K, but trust me, businesses are going to have a budget for this in 2022. They realize that they have to work with a marketing agency, because most people in e-com especially, which is why it's such a good niche, are running the ads themselves, and they'd rather work with an agency. Like if they make 50K a month and they can work with me and I'm going to make them 350K a month, it's just always worth it, but they have to see the value in it. So running a marketing agency is actually not that hard, but it does require a good strategy. So when you're first starting out, I think it's incredibly important that you have results or a testimonial. So if you're starting out today and you don't have any of these, you want to work for someone for free just to get some experience and get some testimonials, and you want to master your outreach. So what you want to do is you want to reach out to potential businesses every single day until you get a couple of answers. And this business is not for the lazy people. If you were thinking about just doing like 20 messages of outreach a day, you're not going to make it. This business is for the hungry people that really wants to change their life. But if that is you, I'm telling you, if you really put in the work, you're going to make SMMA work. That is a promise from me, but it's not going to be easy. You have to put in the work. But the great thing is once the ball is rolling, you start getting results. You have a great website, you get their name out there. Clients are going to come to you, and it's going to be way easier because you can set up a whole team for this. And if you have any questions about SMMA, you can send me a message on Instagram right here. But if you're looking for mentoring or something, please only DM me if you're like super serious, because if I were to mentor someone on this, I'm actually doing it with 2 people now. You've got to be really serious because this is a real business. I'm not saying dropshipping isn't, but this is a real business, and I would probably just work with serious people if I do it. I've not really decided if I'm going to do that, but message me if you have any questions though. So that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you found it valuable and that you learned something new. And I also hope that if you like this video, you consider clicking a like on it and subscribing to my channel. I'm Henrik, and on this channel, I'm posting videos on dropshipping and e-commerce every single week. So if you're interested in that or you like this video, I highly recommend you to subscribe, because I'm trying to be the most valuable and transparent YouTuber in the e-commerce space this year. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.